What's up, guys? It is Frankie here. Super Bowl 54 is upon us. 2 weeks away. It's time to predict who will come out on top. Let's do it. I was 0-2 with the conference championship games, but if I get the win here, I'll be over 500 for the year. Let's do it. Here's the game that I don't think a lot of us picked before the year. I mean, Kansas City was a popular pick. It's like, okay, they're back. After a great first season, they can only get better in the second year with Mahomes. And then San Francisco 49ers, who were talked about. I feel like they were talked about way more last year. Before the Jimmy G injury last year, people were really talking this team up. And then Jimmy G gets hurt. And then this year, people really didn't know how to feel about them. I certainly didn't have them going very far. And here they are. The last two teams standing, the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Joe Montana Bowl, I call it. Again, so that's very interesting there. The Niners have not been to a Super Bowl in 25 years. The Chiefs have not been to a Super Bowl. The Niners have not won a Super Bowl in 25 years. They were in the Super Bowl 7 years ago. Kansas City has not won or been to a Super Bowl in 50 years. So someone's long drought is about to end in 2 weeks in Miami. Before I give you my pick, let me just break down what I think will happen in this game, because Brian Clark said it perfectly, I feel like. He said, it's the perfect player against the perfect team. You have the perfect player in Patrick Mahomes, who's just a brilliant playmaker, able to do so many things with the ball, throwing and running. And then you have the perfect team, the team that you want to win with in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl. The Niners with a fantastic running game. I mean, we saw yesterday how terrific Raheem Mostert was. And a dominating defense, one of the best defensive lines in the game, that just swallowed up Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers. And right now, the Niners are, as of this moment, the Niners are a 1-point favorite. So, the Chiefs are a 1-point favorite. So, Vegas has this very, very close between these two teams. And the questions that I have coming into this game, how dominant will Mostert be? Will he be able to, because we've seen Kansas City's defense be slow for the first few quarters, or for the first 1-2 quarters of the two playoff games they've had. How dominant will Mostert be? Can he be dominant that entire game? I expect Mahomes is going to be good. Now, but you do wonder, how much pressure is he going to be under that San Francisco 49ers defense? Can the Chiefs somehow stop the Niners? Probably not in terms of their defense. But can Patrick Mahomes we know this guy's talented. We know he's mobile. Can he figure out a way? And they have so many weapons on offense. How will Kansas City defense? Can Kansas City's defense get out the blocks quicker than they did the last few weeks in the playoffs? How will Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan? How will they deal with this? I mean, we know Super Bowl Andy Reid. We know about all this stuff. About all the choking that he's done, but he's done well the last 2 weeks. And then Kyle Shanahan, the last time he was in a Super Bowl, he blew it for San Francisco or for Atlanta because they didn't, run the ball against the Patriots. So again, there's so many X factors that go into this game. Can the Niners defense stop Mahomes? Can Kansas City's defense not be as? Can Kansas City's defense start out faster than they have in the last few weeks? Again, you got a lot of talent here. Again, you got a great player in Mahomes and a great running game and defense in San Francisco. So who am I going with? And I thought about it. It was a tough pick. I'm not saying this is easy, and I'm not saying I feel either way I wouldn't feel good about this matchup, but I'm taking Kansas City. I'm taking Kansas City -1. I think Mahomes is going to be able to do something. I think Mahomes, again, we saw what he did against Tennessee, one of the great runs of all time. We know how special this kid is. Again, and the amount of talent that this kid is able to, again, his playmaking ability, all the weapons they have, again, on offense. Kelsey and Hale and Williams, it's ridiculous. And I'm not saying San Francisco's defense won't be. They'll get their tackles. They'll do well, but in the end, I think Mahomes is going to find a way. Maybe it'll come down to a last-minute touchdown from Mahomes. I think this is going to be a very close, exciting game. I do not think this is going to be a bore. I think this is going to be a competitive, fun matchup. In the end, though, I think Kansas City, whether it's a late touchdown or San Francisco comes back late, I think Kansas City will do enough to win this game and win their first Super Bowl in 50 years. I'm not 100% rolling out. I mean, when I make this prediction, I'm not doing a guarantee. There's a difference between a prediction and a guarantee. I predict that Kansas City's going to win. I don't know if they will. I'm sorry. I can't guarantee you that they will, but I believe that they have the best playmaker. They're going to have the best player on the field in 2 weeks, and that will give them the advantage to win this game. So Give me Kansas City -1 to win their first Super Bowl in 50 years, and I'll be interested to see if this line changes because it started out I think as a pick'em in most spots, and then it here in New Jersey it started off as Kansas City -1.5. So how much? How will there be any more action on the line? I mean, it seems like the line's already going down. Will change hands to San Francisco? It should be very interesting to see. But as of this moment, Kansas City, the 1-point favorite over the Niners, and I think they will win the Super Bowl. I think they'll win by over 1, but we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and all my picks videos throughout the season. I really appreciate it. I'll be back later this week or next week with a prop bets video to break down all the prop bets for Super Bowl 54. In the meantime, if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. God bless.